Happy Comic Book Day and welcome back, all you four-color funny book aficionados. This is U.S. Comics Cast, HQ for all things comic book connected. We are John and Charlie Rivera, the co-founders of U.S. Comics. Charlie, happy Comic Book Day.
And happy Comic Book Day to you and to everyone listening and watching today. As always, we are brought to you by Band Mary Band and Sergeant Finesse Gaming. If you haven't done so already, please smash that like and or follow button and hit that comment section like a 40-foot Twinkie.
Woo, delicious. Charlie.
Yes?
Now that we have gotten the heavies out of the way, I would consider you to be a relative comic book expert. Would you agree with that assertion?
I certainly try to maintain expert status, you know,
All right, well,
in my endeavors.
Enough. So with our preference being of the DC variety, how many times would, let's say, Dick Grayson say that for all the good in the world that Batman has done, and it is a lot, how many times would Dick say that the Joker has escaped?
Oof.
Give me a number. Just throw me a number. Put it out there into the world. Let us know.
42,116 times.
I love your way over the top guess, but what would you say if I told you the official actual number is 79? Would that make sense to you? Would you think
I think that's 10 too many. I think you should have stopped at the funny number.
That's a solid check scope. Again, unfortunately, much like Batman and Catwoman on a rooftop, there is no 69 action involved. 79 is the actual number. I gotta fucking wonder who are the clowns that are running Arkham Asylum, because it seems like Homeboy.
The clown.
Musical immediately. I love it. Very Joker-esque of you. But Charlie, I have news for you and for the entire U.S. Comics Cast family. That number has bumped up because from 79 we have only to go to number 80 because Joker has escaped yet again. Where did he run to? Not Harley Quinn's. He didn't go fucking running for a giant hammer. No. He came right here to the halls of U.S. Comics because Joker's stream is here with us today.
What is going on, guys?
Shit, what is up? Yes, Joker stream.
Let's go.
Twitch's world famous Joker stream is indeed here. Bro, thank you so much for coming on the show, man.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it. Thank you guys for having me.
One hell of a tan you got. I'm used to you much pastier.
Much pastier. Yeah. It's the lighting. It's the lighting. It's 100% the lighting.
I'm a little sad that your lips aren't actually that bright red. But
it's not a lot of reflective.
To the party, pal.
It's not a lot of reflective surfaces in the sewer. You guys know that.
Don't start a conversation with you missing 69 and then talk about my boy's missing red lips. It's very, very bad optics. But just for anybody who doesn't know, and if you don't know, shame on you, because my man Joker Stream is doing it like you're supposed to over on the purple site on Twitch, which is the OG, let's be honest. He puts up dynamite gaming content. He puts up dynamite IRL bullshitting just to get you through your miserable day. I'm speaking for myself, obviously. Type content. He knows his shit. I'm gonna go ahead and repeat my joke from earlier because it actually popped pretty good. The man can build a house in Fortnite that Jimmy Carter would be embarrassed to fucking compare his little one-armed efforts. Dude, Joker does it. He does it. And the incredible thing is, people might not realize we don't know Joker outside of this digital form. He came across us like Indiana Jones, just spelunking in a fucking Aztec temple, and all of a sudden he became one of our biggest advocates. So I'm gonna start, and I'll never mention it again. Joker, thank you so much for the push that you've given us. You've been behind the bullhorn. You're just the man, bro. We love what you do.
I appreciate that, guys. I really do. It's been a fun journey, man. And I've come across your guys' content. I geek out so hard. in the
So
chat,
sorry for
I'm
that.
usually like trying to make jokes along with you guys. I can see you like trying to maintain and cracking up at the same time. And like, I love being a part of it. I love being here. Thank you guys for having me. So yeah,
Of course.
let's,
and we gotta start it straight away. Ellis is joining us over from YouTube today. He bounces around like a little maniac.
Let's go.
But the first comment, finally, some class on this stream. And Ellis, I would normally disagree with 99% of the shit you say, but nah, I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you. Well done. Well done.
It's nice that he's occasionally correct. It's very helpful.
Even a
to the
broken
Ellis
clock is right twice a day. So
very
Ellis,
true.
good for you,
That's
man.
very true.
I'm proud of you.
And
So-
both times it's
Charlie-
about how Joker Stream is always welcome here.
I'm gonna start
appreciate that.
if you don't mind, Charlie, because
Yes, please.
and we were actually having a bit of conversation prior to the show. But Joker, I just want to kick off with you one time again for those that know you, those who are coming over from your Twitch channel. Welcome. I'm gonna call it a Joker raid, even though it is technically because he told you. To
Wait!
do it.
I have a thing for that now that I know what a raid is.
Yeah.
Because they're never welcome
that's
on
perfect.
my lawn.
Just
That's
I don't
perfect.
understand
Pants.
Twitch.
That is
Joker,
absolutely perfect.
I do want to ask you right away. Damn right, Mojo Jojo. Thank you for joining us as well. Just again, for those who don't know, take us back to little baby Joker days. Just like little purple dyes and very pale complexion. Like, what brought you day one to this glorious Wild West? As
Oh,
we said
man.
before, the Wild West of streaming.
Batman 89. It was a trip out to the grandparents as normal for my summer vacation. Get out of here. You're not welcome in the house anymore. We're working. You got to have somewhere to go. And my grandma said, hey, you want to go watch that new Batman movie? Had no idea what I was in for. I don't even think I was really like aware that comic books were a thing. Because I mean, I was little. But watching Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson on the screen, no joke, one theater in this town and one stoplight in this town. And we probably saw that movie 4 times that summer because like I had to go watch it. Like I loved every minute of it. Then fast forward a couple years, Batman Returns and Batman the Animated Series drops. I'm a latchkey kid. Again, somebody's watching me after school and Kevin Conroy and Mark Hamill are bouncing around on the screen and I'm loving every single minute of it. Like steady comic book lines, everything like that. You're introduced to all of these amazing villains. Like the Rogues Gallery for Batman is just, and Spider-Man are just absolutely nuts.
Second to
And
none.
they are though. And then, I just stayed in that comic book realm and loved every minute of it all the way up to, like present. And then when I got into streaming, like I had always just had the gamer tag Joker because I'm always cracking jokes. I'm always trying to, bring light to anything that I can. And it just stuck. So, I mean, I'll even smile for my military ID as well as my driver's license. I'll go in there with this huge grin and they'll be like, are you sure you want to take this picture? And I'll be like, yeah. And everybody that sees my ID is like, you know what? Okay. And it just breaks the
never
ice,
tell if
man.
you're
It's
on
just
a
one of those
strike,
things. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's true.
I love that. Real quick question though. Which branch of the armed forces were you?
Air Force. I still am.
Oh, man.
22 years, man.
Now I
Thank you for
understand
your
the
service, sir.
retirement
Yeah.
talk. Thank you
Yep.
very much for your service. Our uncle was also Air Force as well during Vietnam. Boy,
Oh, that's awesome.
he did our Uncle Joe. God bless him, R.I.P. But yeah. Thank you very much. And again, obviously that upcoming retirement is clearly now we know very, very well deserved. But I'll be honest, he's a little bit of we're all about open and honesty here. When I first saw that tag before I got the visual, I'm like, this guy must be like a Mexican gangbanger. Like, "Órale, Joker!" I'm like, this is not what I expected. However, I'm still loving it. Fucking
Oh, that's awesome, man. I appreciate it. I
Yeah,
love
the content's
cosplay.
dope,
I love
dude.
comic books. Like the cosplay side of it gets to open up something that is like so personal to me because I really love to get into characters. And I love seeing like something that I can picture in my mind and building towards it. And cosplay does that for me. And this just gives me the platform to, I mean, there's not a Comic Con like every other weekend, you know, like it's once a year or Halloween. And I just would geek out during those times. So
which
just
is
naturally
the
became
worst because it gives you so much time to like fucking maniacally kind of gameplay.
Yeah.
Charlie knows about cosplay maybe more than anybody else in human history that I can think of. Charlie, you want to tell my man about the whole Ghostbusters part of your life?
Well, just it's a very specific lane. It's chubby Ghostbuster cosplay is my speciality.
Oh, bitches love it. Bitches love a chubby Ghostbuster.
But
That
for
is
me,
awesome.
my
Keep them
whole
warm at night and keep them safe from the undead.
my whole life has just been chasing women out of my league. And it turned out that Comic-Cons was a pretty great place for it, specifically the cosplay area. So I was like, I'm going to get myself a flight suit and about 80 pounds on my spine. But to redirect it to Joker real quick, for those of you who haven't been fortunate enough to check out his stream yet, the cosplay part of it is such a huge aspect. Again, we're officially online friends now. But when I checked out Joker's stream for the first time, I was like, I must be on the wrong channel because that is clearly Frank Castle. And then I blink and I miss it, and it's a cartoon bat sidekick. And then I blink and it's Shazam. And then I blink and finally Joker's back. Then I blink and this smooth pimp below us is here. In the world of streaming, it's so hard. I was joking in the pre-show. I'm old. Like Twitch, when it launched, I was like, why the fuck would anyone watch someone else play a video game? Now, mind you, little kid Charlie watched John play the entirety of Resident Evil 2, holding the map like I was useful. So I was a goddamn watcher of Twitch streams.
Which is the reason probably he wants to be a Ghostbuster. He's like, I gotta protect myself. John can't be around
shit?
all the time.
With all that being said, what led you? Was it just the love of cosplay that you said, you know what? Because we know some incredible streamers. Bad Mary, Sergeant Finesse, they stream all the time. One's a band and they're amazing. They do acoustic sets. They do Let's Plays sometimes. Sarge obviously bringing that good stream action. Your stream is so wholly unique. Yeah. Was that...
Thank you.
As I cough mid-thought, was that part of what you wanted to do from Jump Street? Or once you started, were you like, let this be the catch-all for my creativity? Why just be hilarious while building walls and blowing people's heads up? Let me also have kind of uncomfortable pants on. Because I imagine the 9-piece Joker suit, you get fully head to toe,
dude.
Or do you stop at the waist?
There's a whole closet behind me that you guys can't see that is stacked full of nothing but cosplay. And every time a costume rolls up, my wife is like, "Oh no, what are you getting into now?" But I had a mentor reach out to me, and he knew I loved video games. Evidently, he saw something in me that I just didn't know at the time. But Facebook was trying to compete with the major platforms of streaming. And they were just like, hey, we're starting up the streaming, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, hey, dude, I think you need to get on the ground floor and just go check that out. And when he says something to you, it means you need to do it. And so 2 months later, I was affiliated. I was streaming 20 hours a week, just absolutely beating myself to death. I stopped at the end of that year, which was 2019 or 2018. And then I was streaming off of my console. It wasn't a good setup. Everything was real, wasn't good. I'd done a couple of cosplays. They were a hit, yada, yada. But I had a chance to buy a PC. And when I bought my PC, people were staying steady in my ear, hey, dude, I think you need to start streaming again. I think you need to start streaming again. And I was like, and I started to think about it, and I was like, okay, if I'm going to actually do it, we're going to take a shot at it. And so that's when, my mind went to work about, what the scenes would be, intricacies, all of that stuff. Started working on bats, and it just... Yeah,
I torched me the other day. Oh man, he's got a sweet little smile, stitch on the face. adorable little voice like, "Hey, John, you're a moron. Shut up. All right, Bats, relax."
I only have a good relationship with Bats. Bats is a big fan of,
course
youth
you do.
and fluffy beards. That's
Yeah,
just,
that's it.
his two
Bats
on
is a
his
chubby
OK
chaser,
Cupid
bro.
profile. Those are the
Honestly,
two,
man, I thought if Joker was sitting in the asylum, who would he want there the most?
Yes.
And to me, it was Batman, obviously. He would want to have somebody to sit there and who was Batman to talk to. And I started to just work up this voodoo doll of Batman in my head and gave life to Bats. And it's just been a
It's inspired.
progression ever
It
since.
is
Oh,
for-
you guys
for-
wait.
for
You
those
guys wait.
unaware,
Fucking
guys
what do we
wait.
call
Oh,
is?
Bats.
Do we consider Bats like semi-animated?
So
Like,
Bats
because
is.
he's like so expressive. Like if you're
Bats
not,
is the Bats.
I always
animation
just say.
is- he's more animated than Bruce Wayne, and he's got better personality. If I'm being totally honest.
Just wait. But Bats what I always say is just don't mess with magic. Just you kids out there listening to this, just do not mess with magic. It never has any good, anything good come of it. I promise.
I gotta say the opposite. If it can result, if we gotta lose a couple kids to get a couple more bats in the world, let's do it. Fuck them kids.
Of course you would. Of
Kids,
course
look
you
at me.
would.
Fuck around with magic, bro. Fuck it.
Charlie's political career is over.
It's
before
gone.
it
It's
even
gone.
started.
Right there. Cancel culture. Where you at?
Charlie
and you know
Rivera.
what?
Fuck them kids. 2032.
I can see the bumper stickers now. You know what I wanted to ask you, dude? Because this is one of the things that I look for in most entertainers and artists. If I'm being totally frank, because I come from the school of like, look, if something is put out into the world that did not exist before the creator of that content, that's a motherfucking artist. Doesn't make a difference if you're putting a paintbrush to canvas, if you're putting a tune on a track, if you're putting two coats on the wall, or if you're gaming and sharing that gaming experience, because that's not entirely new. Again, I remember growing up playing like NHL 94, having tournaments, and we would have literally six guys from my class. We're all sitting on like a twin bed, buckling the supports, and we're doing our own playoffs style. So watching somebody else play a video game is not new at all.
Yeah.
What's new, I think, is the acknowledgement of like who is entertaining to watch play a video game. Because we know there'd be one or two of our friends, they would sit down with the controls and we'd be like, oh, time to go check some cookies.
Yeah.
I'll be back in 20 minutes. And there were others that they would sit down and pick up the sticks and you'd be like, all right, give me the funny, give me the funny. You are so natural while also being entertaining. I got to only imagine that this is you all day. Right? This is just you being you.
I mean, yes, like.
Your poor wife.
It has been an
Was
evolution.
chasing her with a
It has
voodoo doll?
100% been an evolution. A lot of let's scrap that. That's not working. Let's take another shot at this. Try it from a different standpoint. I watch a decent amount of content to see what people do, what grabs the audience, this, that, and the other, and then I try and always like put my spin on it. And that's worked for me. But if you were to like come to my desk at work, I would probably be like looking at you like, why are you here? You know, like get away from me. I don't have time for this right now. And I'm very much that way, but I'm also not in the career that I want to be in right now. So when I do get on the stream, I'm kind of getting to live that dream right now of like actually doing what I want to do. So that's something, and you know, chat stays lit. Like the community and the fan base is there. We just love having fun and vibing. Like it's really just that.
Yeah, man, you find
And I
your
mean,
people.
you've really built
You find your people.
a hell of a community. It's like
Thank you.
such a fun, welcoming group. I have like my personal account that I hopped onto the stream just to kind of check you out and say hello, and immediately someone gifted a sub. You know, it was like literally, it was like, "What's up, man?" It's like Ghostbuster Charlie has, you know, it's just such a cool thing to see people so invested in. Now, you just said something that like is gonna stick with me. You've had bits that weren't working. Have you scrapped bits when you like full makeup, full costume, and you're like, fuck this bit, and just had to go watch. Like, I cannot imagine, again, your poor wife. You're just like back in the bathroom, be like scrubbing off the God, stupid joke didn't work. Just having to scrub off 10 layers of gimmick. I just love it so much. Just the idea.
I always come back
tremendous.
to it, but like, did either one of you see the Dark Prince Charming cosplay Friday night? I think it was honestly
No, and
my
I'm
best,
miserable
my absolute best Joker cosplay yet. And I'm not even
that sounds
joking.
awesome.
15 minutes into the stream, whether anybody noticed it or not, you'll see I took a break if you go back and watch the VOD, but I was having a panic attack. I had literally been working all day, then got home, got the kiddo to bed, got everything set up, full cosplay, all of it. I'm taking like all the detail and stuff. And then I got to the stream and I couldn't tell you what happened, but like I was having a panic attack and I was like, I got to stop this for a second and see if I can clear my head. I went upstairs. I said to my wife, like, I don't know what's going on. And she was like, okay. And then I went back down and literally like the very next match, chat is trolling me. It's pistols only. And I go and catch the first dub of the season as a solo dub in Fortnite, which is it's a big deal. And then from there, it was just it was blast off time. And these are the moments. Like I'm very much a lean into it when it gets hard, versus like kind of pull back and try unless it's just not working. I mean that's just the 5 and 15 rule. A good friend of mine taught me. You got 5 minutes to try and wrap your mind around it and figure it out. And then if you still haven't figured it out in 15 minutes, you call for help. And chat is like always like, or my wife, family, stuff like that is always the help that I need. So it's,
bro.
it's a grind.
I just love the idea
that's-
of you like busting
that's
into your
awesome.
bedroom. I'm having a panic attack. Be like, you are the Joker, motherfucker. What are you talking about? Are
Everybody-
you having a panic attack because Batman showed up? It is 2 a.m.
It is, man. That's hilarious. Yeah, no, I mean, he'd probably just laugh at me. He'd probably be like, get over it. Like, honestly.
I feel like Batman's the sort of demented bastard. He'd watch your stream. He'd be like,
Oh, I'm
that's
sure.
hilarious.
He'd be like,
Yeah,
hey,
it
Probably
rules.
for
Taking
like
notes.
some kind of like some kind of evidence. Is like, I'm desperately trying to pull up the name of the organization before the end of the stream today. I'm gonna find
Trolling
it for you
jokers.
guys, but just the fact that again, you mentioned as a current vet, I mean, video games are like a method of contending with what I know, unfortunately, not my personal experience, but like through witnessing friends of mine who have served and what have you, that video games are a big outlet for kind of like dealing with a lot of the shit that you guys have had to deal with. There's an organization that I ran into along with Sarge when we were at PAX East last time. We kind of like got involved and just loved it. I gotta find them. This story sucks without knowing the name of the organization, but I'm just gonna plant the seed. We'll come back to it like a good comedian would.
Well, if you want to
just dub
support
it in.
that group,
Dub it
though,
in.
If you want to support that group, I actually know their website. The website is twitch.tv/jokers_stream_.
It's a good start. That's a
thank
good
you.
If
start.
you,
Well,
if
we'll
you
start
go
there.
there, you just give them all of your money, and they will take that money and they'll give it to a service member who has a wife and
true.
child.
I mean,
Well,
this is
I know
true.
The magazine that I've worked with in the past, Preferred Health magazine, they just had a very awesome article about like the therapeutic ability that gaming has for vets, and
I think so,
it's
man.
So specific, like it makes sense.
I think with like comic books, comic book movies, like just media as a whole, and then even video games. Like I know I've talked to you guys in stream before about like BioShock. Like BioShock to me is probably the greatest storyline that has ever been created in a video game. And the way that it was delivered just is the icing on the cake. But like it's it's a place to go to forget about like what you're going through and to get away. And I mean, comic books were that way for me, you know, like comic book movies, like everything like that. Like I love,
Escapism.
yeah, 100%, you know, like world. And I think that's honestly, that probably was me 1000% as a kid watching Batman the animated series and even seeing how dark that world was, but still being like, unfortunately, it's better than what I've got going on at home. So like that was the release, you know, and I just
Yes.
that just carried forward through most of my life.
And I mean, that's
You
such
know?
a beautiful fact of this world. Like escapism, the tremendous amount of options we now have. If it's not a
Sure,
TV
yeah,
show,
yeah.
it's a if it's a movie, if it's a comic book, if it's a book, if it's you know, there's an endless amount of things to be able to turn to. Now, with that being said,
you can keep on looking till you find the one that fits you best. You know?
exactly right. But with that being said, Joker, is it difficult for you to enjoy games the same way because you've kind of turned it into
That's a good question.
You know, just because it's a passion, just because you love it, doesn't mean you're not committed to a schedule. One thing that I find impressive is if you say you're going to be online, you're online. And if you're going to rock the show, and if the chat's doing what the chat does best, specifically your followers, they are full in, they're full tilt with you. That's now a slight obligation if you have the wrong mindset.
Way to
Is
ruin
there-
it for him, Charlie. You stunned
Oh,
him.
I've
What if he, like, just
100
realized it? Fuck.
I've 100% let people know, like, if you're getting into this in the beginning, thinking that you've had a bad day, now let's go stream, you are going to have a bad stream. And you have to come, and most of your great performers will say, like, they gave it all away for the camera. That's their best performance yet because they gave everything they had into it. And most of the time when I've been in like panics or I don't know how this content is going to land and I lean into it and I give it my all, like Chad is usually there to catch me in every way, shape, or form. And I always count it, you know, no matter what, I count it as a learning experience. But like you have that, you know, and for the people that don't, if you're going to your stream thinking that chat is going to lift you up, because I've made the mistake of doing that, and that's why I tell people it's such a cautionary tale. Like, chat is there to hang out with you. Chat is not necessarily there to pump you up. You're there to pump chat up. Chat is coming to your stream to get away from everything that they got going on. You know, so like that's like it's that circle
It's a Russian nesting doll of joy.
yes.
The game gets
Yes.
you out of your funk. You get the minions out of their funk. I like it. That's the proper. That's like a shark with like a fish cleaning its gums that it's not going to eat.
I was thinking more of a turducken of emotion, so to speak.
I do not like to acknowledge
I love
that
that.
turduckens exist because it scares me.
Yeah,
That
but
is
they don't
hilarious.
exist in the wild. Like they have to be Frankenstein together. Yeah, but you it's and again you really raise interesting points, and I'm not sure if this is something that kind of came to you during the process or if you kind of went into it that way. But that's one of the things that Charlie and I are learning. You know, in contending with your specific audiences, it seems to me that like certain people are looking for one thing, people are looking for another, and you can chase your fucking tail all day long and into the weekend by trying to kind of address everybody's thing. What I found, the best thing to do is like, look, I'm gonna go out there, I'm gonna be me, I'm gonna have a good time. If my people are my people, they're like me, so odds are they're going to be having a good time going along for the ride also. The main thing I always try to think of is just be yourself. Shockingly, I am this big of a D-bag all the time. With no
Can
audience.
confirm.
With just
Can
an audience
confirm.
of Charlie. So, but yeah, I mean, I was telling Charlie too, like off stream, and for anybody who is here from Joker Stream over on Twitch, I'm sure you guys already know this, but just to put you at ease, he is that same way all the time. You know, we talk for a good period of time before basically the little blinking recording light. It may as well not even be on right now because this is my guy. This is full-time gig being this person, which is awesome.
We try, man. We try. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. I ran a nonprofit for veterans for 10 years.
Awesome.
Something that we created. Absolutely loved every minute of it. And there are people out there that have dealt with so much worse than we could ever possibly imagine. And I like the adage where if you were to go and take all your problems and dump it into a pile of problems, you probably wouldn't be surprised how many times you'd just be willing to like, no, I'll take my problems and I'll take my problems. I'm good with what's there after seeing what everybody else is dealing with. And that's the way I look at it, man. Like life could be so much worse. So
Thank you. I just checked in with the Sarge, who we talk about here often. The organization called Stack Up. STACK Up. They do awesome fucking things for vets, and it's all through this gaming platform. So we have talked about them in the past here, but just a reminder for anyone who doesn't know, Stack Up. They do awesome things. So, but yeah, dude, like Charlie, unless you have any final thoughts for the Joker's illustrious streaming career.
No, I'm just gonna bug him during all of his streams.
Oh, by all means. By all
I'm
means.
just gonna keep the
Build up them channel points so y'all control me.
You just got a Puerto Rican STD by the name of Clock King Charlie, and it is not curable currently. There are no shots, no creams, no therapy sessions that'll get rid of him. So best of luck to you. Look, the bottom line is this. If anyone has ever been over on the Purple site, on Twitch itself, seeing Joker stream, doing his thing, getting those dubs and building like freaking Donald Trump on heroin, and they tell you it's not one of the best damn streamers that they have ever seen do that thing, Charlie and Joker, that means they are one thing and one thing only, and that's a goddamn liar. Just like that toy boy George Lucas. Ellis, cover your ears. Why? Because Charlie, Han shot first. Put him up, baby.
Salute, gentlemen.
Hey, boys.
Thank you for being here, brother.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
a double gulper. Double damn gulper.
I just realized we
That
were
tasted good.
situated wrong. My shot
Charlie.
corrected.
People are going to think that they did the shot because they're seeing double, twisted vision, pull it over. What are you doing?
It was a perfect
Sorry
transition
about
to do it, boys. Nobody will miss
You
a
know,
beat.
They'll never
and
know. They don't really pay
here's-
attention to us anyway, Joker. It's fine.
It's true. Here's the problem. I have double vision because we have just we've reached the end of the road for a story that a lot of people knew 5 years ago. But The Last of Us wrapped up season 1, and hot damn, for the 7 people on Earth who haven't seen it yet, I got a special warning just for you. Spoiler warning is fully in effect because the game
You've been
story
warned.
and the TV show story are the goddamn same. And if you fools, if you utter know-nothings, waited to never play the game and then said, I'll get to the finale, you are a douchebag. And I don't... No, I'm just kidding.
There's
it's
no
still
shot for
absolutely-
that, Charlie. That's just sheer aggression. Naked aggression.
You know what? I am who and what I am, just like Joel is who and what he is. Guys, the finale, the first thing I want to just ask you, I'm going to kick it to you, Joker, first. When can we expect your Joel cosplay? My follow-up question is overall, what did you think of the series?
Can I interject? Just want to lay a germ of an idea. When
Just
you're
him as a clicker?
Joel cosplaying, I want Bats as Ellie.
Dude.
She's just...
Do not
Just
Ellie
sit there.
or a clicker. Like you gotta
Why not
ask
both?
Bats because I don't know if Bats would have an issue being a female cosplayer. I don't know.
I see Bats as like being pretty open-minded, and also very much of the immune caliber.
You blame it on the
But that's,
magic. You
again,
blame it on the magic. That's what it is. You blame it on the magic. That's how it goes.
valid. I love it.
Or Bats
So
finally gets a Harley of his own.
I am not that guy. If you guys know me, I am very much angry at Sony because I have missed out on so many titles because I don't support the company. I've always owned Microsoft. I owned PlayStation back in the day, but they have killed it with some content that I just was dying. I played Spider-Man for the first time on PC. We tried that on stream. Bats was dressed like the Green Goblin. Like, there was all sorts of good stuff there. I loved the game. I was jealous sitting from the sidelines, but I didn't want to engage. So I never got to play The Last of Us. But the show, phenomenal. Like, absolutely phenomenal.
Outstanding. Outstanding.
I loved every minute of it. I wasn't mad that there wasn't a lot of action. I wasn't mad at like any of the stuff that I loved pretty much the entire series.
That's a very good point because obviously you were culturally aware of Last of Us because it is kind of the world in which you live.
And he got Game of the Year, right?
Yeah,
It was a Game of the Year, wasn't it? Yeah. So I mean,
yeah, and Last of Us 2 was
Did-
at least a
did
contender.
two
Yeah.
also?
I think
Yeah,
it
at least
also
a
won.
nomination.
I think both won. Both were nominated. Both won. But that's a great right out of the gate. That's a great point you bring up, because that has been kind of one bit of negative press. And John, I'm going to kick it to you next. There were a lot of people saying they wanted more infected action, and we have Joker who's guest starring and doing it oh so damn well right out the gate. He's saying like, fuck it, plenty of action for me. That story, though, John, I know you're a story first guy. I tend to be the mouth breather who's like, blow something up, Joe. With that being said, John, I'm going to kick it to you. What were your overall impressions, and very specifically, do you agree with the ever-wise Joker in as much as they gave us, I felt like plenty, but what do you think of the series? What do you think of the action amount?
So, people who are in the know that Joker's actual superpower, he does damn have one, is super sanity. That's the fact of the matter. And that's probably the sanest shit I've ever heard anybody say, because fuck yeah, man. When you're storytelling, again, I used this before, I'm going to use it again. I'll probably say it a third time before the end of the stream. Art is art, okay? If you're telling, and all art, regardless of the form that it takes, is telling a story. So it doesn't matter if it's a written word, if it's a painting, if it's a video game, if it's a comic book, whatever the hell. If it's you calling out of work sick, I don't think I'm going to make it today, Bob. That's a fucking story, right? So the best video games are not the best video games because of the high resolution, the blades of glass blowing in the background, the horse taking 5 minutes to take a shit in the middle of fucking town. Love me some fucking Red Dead. No, but ultimately they're the best storytellers, and the story that's told in The Last of Us is really second to none. And the fact that they're like, no, we're not gonna do. We're not going to do like what so many networks and frankly DC has tried to do and tell you everything in one fell swoop. They're like, nope, motherfucker, we're going to take our time. So that, for anyone, again, who isn't in the know, shame on you. But that first season that we got is, in essence, the first fucking game. And with only very, very few, and one I did take umbrage with, there are very, very few big changes. They tweaked certain things here and there. Certain characters may have been trimmed off for one reason or another. Probably cohesive storytelling in the HBO Max, soon to just be Max format. I don't fucking know what they're doing. But no, I loved it for what it was. I had zero problems, save the one, which I'll get to for the transition, the adaptation, as it were. Look, at the end of the day, whoever comes first, with very few exceptions, is
Comes
probably going to be
loudest,
better.
ladies.
That's, Charlie's, save your advertising campaign for afterwards, bro. Come on.
Damn
Come
it.
on. Whoever comes first probably is going to have the best of the storytelling, because if you come second, you're still second, right? But the format means that there are certain people watching. You know, Mama Rivera is probably the best example of that. She'll never play that video game. Like, in what universe can you see her just sitting in front of the screen, tongue like? She'll never have the opportunity to play it. Like, Joker may not have played it yet, but I'm sure on the timeline, it's fucking in the realm
Didn't
of
they eventually
possibility.
release it on Xbox? It's still totally where PC and Xbox, I think, got at least the first one so far.
Probably, and I can count on my
Add it to
hand
the queue.
how
Add
many
it to the
games
queue,
I've
baby.
played since 2017. So I mean, it's Fortnite, and then honorary mention to Fortnite. But like that's been where my head's at. But I am jealous, and there has been a lot of games that I'm like, okay, this is the one that's gonna break me away, or this or that, and then like, you know, but like
come
you were
back to
saying, the
Papa.
storytelling in this was just everything. Like, you see the emotion, you know that it's there, you know what the consequences are, you know everything that's on the line, and it's beautiful. Like, it's beautifully told. It's
done.
there. They pick the spots to take you back. They kind of lead you on where it's going. You can, you know, see some of that stuff, and that is the stuff that's left out in a lot of stuff. Or they're like, hey, we know everybody loves this storyline. We're gonna give you this storyline. Like, no.
There
Little
not
fork
to
in
go
the
on
road
too
action.
much, not to go on too much of a side path, but what the Last of Us series did so beautifully, and it has been my main argument for superheroes, and like, you can cover their faces daily, nightly, and ever so rightly, as long as you can peep out those eyes. The eyeball acting in the season finale of Last of Us was next fucking level. The famous giraffe scene from the video game they recreate for the finale. Joel's eyes are worth about 3 hours of dialogue, what he's able to express in watching this quasi daughter of his from a month or so prior being
Surrogate.
an assault victim to finally having a moment of levity and joy, all in the fucking eyeballs. But let's bring it to the main event, because the clock, as always, is ticking. Boys, the most important question. I'm going to ask it in 2 parts. All right, so avoid spoiling one. Just answer the question I'm asking. Was Joel right? Did Joel do the right thing? And let me set the stage while you ruminate. It comes down to a very, very simple example that's constantly told, albeit the show does it in reverse. If there is a train coming down the track and it's about to run over 5 people, and there's a lane switcher that you have access to, and you can crank it over, and instead of 5 people dying, it's 1 person, do you do it? I'm gonna elevate it though, right? Because that's too easy. Now,
That's
take that
easy?
same situation. There's a train. It's about to run over 5 people you have never met, and you are standing on a bridge above the train. You are standing next to someone, and you know, within all realm of reason, if you shove this bitch off that ledge, they will land in the track. It'll stop the train from running over 5 people. Will you do it? I'm gonna elevate
break.
1 more fucking time. If there are 5 people in a hospital all suffering from failure, kidney failure, lung cancer, they have a very unique blood type. These motherfuckers are going to die. These 5 people will die. You have someone who came in for a blood pressure check, happens to be the same blood type. Are you gonna slit that motherfucker's throat to pluck their organs? 1 for 5. Joker, you're up first. Was Joel right? Was Joel wrong? There is no room for middle ground.
Joker.
I need strong opinions.
Joel was
Ask
wrong.
this motherfucker to repeat
He
that math.
had every single reason to kill every mofo on that floor. No questions asked. She didn't have a choice in what went down. She was voluntary there, and who knows what her choice would have been had she been told, hey, we're going to cut your head open, and we're going to remove whatever's working inside, and you're going to die, or you're probably going to die. Are you cool with this? She didn't even get the choice. So Joel is wrong in the situation for lying to her. That is
Whoa, what a-
it. That is
a
it.
complete thought. It's like you've seen the show before and decided you could elevate it by being
He's like,
succinct.
I've seen the show. I'm gonna go ahead and do it better.
I'm
Watch
going to
this,
go ahead and
motherfuckers.
improve this format. John, Joker's on record. Joel
Yeah.
was wrong. He has stolen the choice away from Ellie.
Far-
One might argue stealing her destiny. One might argue. John, thoughts?
First and foremost, far be it from me to ever correct a guest, but Joker,
just
the
spit
way
on
that you properly
You need me back
answer a
up?
question
You need me back up?
is you say you mock the question asker for like a solid 30 to 40 minutes. You question his manhood. You question the size. You question the ability. You make up some rumors that maybe go back to 6th grade because of shit that you overheard coming up from the basement. But that's okay. You're relatively newbie to the U.S. comics process, so I'll follow actually Joker into battle here. I'm of two minds on this, to be totally frank. To address the Joker's commentary, I completely agree with him. You eliminate someone's power whenever you kind of like pat them on the head, little go get them on the tush and say, "Daddy will make your choices. Daddy will decide what's best for you, what's best for me, what's best for everybody on the 4th floor of the hospital. Anybody who's ever been a Firefly." I agree with Joker in that was very much wrong. However, and this actually gets back to the point, Charlie, if you'll indulge me, into something that was removed from the video game narrative to the show narrative. When that shit hit, I'll rewind this and make it personal. Personally, I cannot wrap my mind around the concept of a fucking death sentence for someone who's convicted of a crime. Again, this is my logic center working overtime, because my logic center says if someone is guilty of the crime of murder, and that ultimate punishment is to strap them to an electric chair or inject them with some bad, and then kill them, homie, you're murdering too. Like, how is one? I understand that one was a result of another action, but my logic center doesn't work that way. However, if someone that I loved was taken away prematurely, Charlie said, yeah, maybe.
Joker? What about Joker?
Definitely Joker. I'll go to fucking rampage with just a pencil if someone takes my Joker away. But yeah, somebody I love gets taken out in the first, in that way. I'm seeing red exclusively.
Well, hold that
I'm gonna
thought.
Murder
Hold that thought,
the guilty
because that's
party
the
and everybody that's even knows
That
the
is-
person's
that-
name. So
that
I realize that it's both answers. I get it.
Yeah.
But that's where my brain is.
Well, here's the thing. Somehow you've both managed to be incredibly wrong. Because Ellie is too goddamn young to know what's best for her. So,
Oh,
as a
come on.
parental figure, I don't give... Because a lot of the internet babble has been Ellie would have chosen to do X, Y, and Z. Who gives a fuck what that punk kid wants to do? She got a bad mouth, right? She's prone to violence. And don't tell me that you don't think she's gonna try to get a tattoo. I know that's what tattoos, cigarettes, and frankly, I didn't like the way that one bitch looked at her in the cafeteria. There was lust in her eyes, and that is our universal child. God damn it. The fact of the matter is, I think it is a incredibly, I get the argument about what Ellie would choose. But Ellie is not mentally right now in a position, because of her life, because of everyone leaving her.
Because of the coma?
That decision, that she's knocked out.
She's like,
And there is a fucking reason, right? Because this is my hot take before we get to part B of this. My hot take is, yo, fuck the Fireflies. Because they didn't ask her. This wasn't a situation where they were like, hey, how about we kill you, possibly cure the world, even though, like, we don't really have the infrastructure for it. And it's not like in real life there was a pandemic where everyone was kind of on the same team, but somehow very much not on the same team. Oh, you're telling me that fucking the would-be governments would be like, hey, those guys that are basically terrorists, they have the cure. Everybody injected. Definitely not radio chips and shit. So fuck Ellie's decision. When it comes down to the correct answer, gentlemen, it's he was
And
right
meanwhile,
to shoot
Charlie would
everybody
be
in the
the
face.
first online for an Ellie fucking booster shot.
Oh fuck
But
yeah!
Charlie,
I would bite
Charlie's
that
like, does
bitch's
come in
neck.
edible? Yeah, can I drink her blood directly?
If I was that poor deaf kid, I would have chewed through her skull to get at them good fucking tendrils. Like I'll eat that brain. Also, there's
Ellie,
not
look
enough,
at the
Jonathan, I'll
flowers.
kick it to you. Exactly. There is not enough
Spitting her mouth.
discourse online that the potential cure for this version of quasi zombies is eating brains. Basically, like they got to eat Ellie's brains to potentially be.
They just
cured.
gotta bite them
That's a
once
nice-
and make out with
Yeah,
them. That's it. Just bite them once and make out with them.
If you gotta
little
be killed by a
mushroom
zombie,
French
bro,
kiss, you'll be all right.
many tongue tendrils. John, what were you
More.
gonna say?
I knew the French were gonna get us eventually, man. That French kissing, god damn it, it was the only trouble. No, but what I was gonna say, anybody who has not played the game, you obviously know that they tend to throw obstacles in front of Joel and Ellie's way. So in the game version, and I hope this isn't ruining it for you, Joker, but in the game version, just prior, like a real Wizard of Oz bullshit. Just as they're kind of like seeing the fucking Emerald City on the horizon, all of a sudden they're in the middle of a poppy field and it's like snowing asbestos on them, which actually really happened. Look that shit up. And also as well as the Munchkins felt up poor Judy Garland like she had the cure to shortness. But that's detail shit. So in the game, they have to go ahead and get to the hospital on the horizon by going through, I think it's like a basement, like a broken down structure, and there are more fucking clickers down there than you have ever read about. All those people who were like, not enough action, they would have been like, too much action. What are you doing? My anxiety's through the roof. So there's like,
What is
every
our clicker
that-
budget? This is crazy.
Holy shit. There were some clickers and there were some clackers. It was out of control. But, and there was a throwaway line, which I'm like, oh! Do you remember that line where she's like, "Yo, motherfucker, I can't swim. I was born in the shutdown. I can't swim." It's actually a very important line because there is a point in their escape from the underground where they get kind of like swept up into a river situation, and she fucking swims like a two-legged donkey, and she fucking drowns, and Joel has to drag her out of the water. And it's actually in that scenario where he's like, she fucking drowned after all this shit that I went through. I lost another one. Shaking my fist angrily at the sky. And as he's like, I got to give her mouth to mouth. I'm not quite sure what the adoption process is going to be like after this, but I got to do what I got to do. And it's at that moment that he gets clonked on the back of the head. He wakes up in the hospital now. And it's actually the fireflies that resuscitate her, that they bring her back to life. They fucking bring her back to life from drowning just to cut the top of her brain open like a cookie fucking container on the kitchen counter. And so at that point his decision was somewhat double-sided because Charlie and Joker, he saw her die once already. He saw her die. He felt that range of emotions, and they're like, "No, it's okay. You just got a little bump on your noggin.
Wait, there's
we
more."
saved her. Oh, but no, we're still gonna kill her though. So don't. No, we got her. She's gonna be super dead. But we're all gonna be. So it was like really it was really like a 2-for-1 that my man got. Like, and he didn't even have to go to Dunkin' Donuts for the 2-for-1. He got 2-for-1 jelly donuts all day, every day. So a whole other element. I don't know why they cut that out. I don't know if it was budgetary, time-wise.
water
because
budget, bro. Water's
he had to
expensive
go
stuff.
save the universe again, save Star Wars. I don't know. I don't know why they clipped it out. I missed it. I think it would have only made a great show greater, but it would definitely have been like a double.
We should have
double
compromised.
I think we blame it on the. I think we blame it on the Discovery takeover. They just cut the budget right there. You were supposed to have the basement of zombies, but then Discovery came in and said, "Guys, we can't afford it. Y'all
Brendan
gotta
Fraser was
y'all gotta
gonna-
end looking the Emerald City. Like we gotta call it there."
You can't have 100 clickers. You can have one clicker that's 100 feet tall, though. So the math
That's
still
true.
works out.
That's true.
Brendan Fraser was gonna play the lake that swept her away. It was gonna be his big comeback, but
And then
it was a
all the
perfect
actual lakes
secondary.
were like, oh, hashtag fire Brendan Fraser. Hashtag a
Which
real lake
just-
could have had that job.
As the duly designated fat fuck of the show, we allow it. So a bunch of guilty, you guilty fucking
Zip it
people
off.
on Twitter, we're fucking fine. None of us want. I certainly don't want to play a fatter guy.
Triple
I don't
stomp.
care if it
Triple-
wins awards. Sorry about
What was-
it.
What
Real
was part
quick,
two? What was part two?
real quick, John. I'm gonna go to you first. I'm gonna follow it up with Joker. Very
Oh, shit.
lightning quick. I think I know the presumption is if it's your kid, if it's someone you love, if it's just like a really, really good looking chick or fella, if you're so inclined. Chances are when you individualize it, you would try to fucking kill everybody in that entire hospital because fuck the greater good. What about me?
Extreme
When's it going to
prejudice.
be my time? So first, I want confirmation or no. Maybe you guys are morally far superior to me. There's a good fucking chance of that because I've met me. I'm kind of a
It's
scumbag.
likely.
My question, though, is Joel has a very, very special set of skills. Inasmuch as officially, I think Joel versus John Wick is the fantasy fight I want to see because those are two stone cold motherfuckers. Now, I do think Puppy, no offense, Joker, I think Puppy trumps Child, but that's just from personal experience. So I want to know if you would murder an entire hospital of rebellion fighters. And then I want to know in what way do you think you can actually beat a hospital full of rebellion fighters? Because I do not know. Maybe Joker's going to hit him with a fucking airplane. I don't know what you do in the Air Force, sir. But I know John's fighting skills are limited to like a good monologue about fucking people up. John, I'm going to start with you. Would you kill everybody to save me? And how would you do it if you must?
I popped in Joker's chat, bro. The Ticonderoga has done more damage. Just read like every other Stephen King book. The Ticonderoga has done damage. Yeah, no, absolutely. Like at that point, once you kind of I think cross over that point of no return, like it's fucking going down. And a good example in the series actually is already shown to you. When he was kind of defending her, when they were where they thought the fucking Fireflies were, and those three fucking, cannibals, unknowing cannibals showed up. He threw down. He took a broken baseball bat to the gut, and didn't even realize it. He had to finish what he started. He had to make sure that the situation was safe, that the escape path was open, and that they were on it. And it's really only at that point that he realized he had been stuck like a fucking pig in Hawaii on a roast on the beach. So I think like even if in that situation he would not have gotten out of that situation alive, she was gonna. Like he set his mind to it. That's what was gonna happen. And again, I totally get it. The moment that when emotion rises, logic declines. It's not a real.
So how you doing it? How you saving me, bro?
In all likelihood,
Real
I'll
answer.
probably,
You throw 100 pencils?
if I could find 100 pencils, I definitely would. No,
Coming
I,
this
you know,
Christmas.
Me, I would try to kind of outsmart him. That's my forte. As weak as that game might be, I'd be like, he was really with some questionable looking chicks in college.
I love the idea of you smashing your way to the 6th floor. Be like all dehydrated.
Oh yeah.
Like I have
gotta make
sexed
sure.
up so many soldiers.
Those doctors in there, they still make a pretty good leaving even after the apocalypse. You're like, maybe take you out for some drinks. I'll tell you some funny stories. But that kid right there, ooh, he dirty, girl. He dirty. There's something wrong with him.
Terrible.
I would try to weasel you out of there, sneak you out when nobody was looking. Do what you got to do in this life, man.
I like it. Joker, you have a human child. I presume it's human.
Yes.
I imagine this child is
Very
superior to
human.
most
Yes.
because it's yours.
Yes.
That kid is the magic cure on the 6th floor, but they gotta crack him open like an egg.
Those poor bastards.
What are you doing? Greater good, or are you gonna be selfish like the Rivera brothers?
Oh, 100% selfish. 100% selfish. But I'm going to treat him just like Bane. I'm going to go straight for the lights because nothing is going to make these dudes feel more uncomfortable in a world full of zombies than being in pitch black and not knowing what's coming. And I'm just going to just serve it up at room to room.
That is a cinematic ass ending that I would pay to see, like the Snyder cut, basically. Like, turn off all the lights. Let's get it nice and dark in here. I should have fucking known you would go Snyder cut on me, Joker.
I presume Joker's gonna be like, oh shit, I gotta get up there and grab a 2x4. He's like, clack, 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 clack. Oh, let me get a little platform. Hey, clack, 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 clack. I'll be up there soon, baby. Clack, 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 and just build that platform up.
I like it. Once again, respectfully, you're both wrong. What you do is you look out the window and you go, oh no, clickers and a bloater, guys. Come look. And one by one, whoop, out the window. Oh no, they got one. Whoop. You just fucking literally comedy your way through this bitch. You throw some cans on the floor. Whoa. Fucking a banana peel right the fuck
Can I ask you this though, Charlie? Will you have time in this mastermind plan of yours to hit the play button on your pre-recorded? Like, I mean,
they got to be running room to room, bro. In the hallway, you just got to see them like cut through the hallways. That's
just
it.
Through doors.
Yes. Like you run out
but every time it's like it goes from like 3 people chasing him to like 2 people chasing him to like 1 person chasing him.
So Charlie's chasing them. Like, what the fuck what the Hanna-Barbera is going on here?
Yes.
What's very important to know is I think all of us would absolutely tell Ellie that, yo, fuck the Fireflies. Like, all you have to do is put the right kind of emphasis on it and just a visual gag for those of you watching on Twitch, YouTube, or Facebook. I put up what Joel and Ellie would look like if they told the truth. Right here at the top of the frame, they would just be chilling, relaxing, maxing, maybe take a shower in the hospital, get all that blood off of everybody. With all of that being said, let's pay some fucking bills because Joker Stream does not come cheap. I promise that check is coming. If you cannot cash it for several years, that would be greatly appreciated. I got good news, though.
I made it out to bats, so you're going to have to work that banking out. Sorry.
I do have some good news. We have a brand new sponsor this week, and it is soap that's made out of bees. Live bees soap. For $29. Nope. I'm not fucking selling you bee soap for the muckers because we are not like other podcasts who sell it for any random brand that's willing to pay. No. Today we are once again brought to you by one of our absolute favorite bands, and that, of course, is Bad Mary. You heard them during the intro. You're going to hear them again at the end of the show. If you're wondering where else you can catch their act, you can follow them over at Bad Mary Band across all social media platforms. You can support them over on patreon.com/Bad Mary Band. You can stay up to date at badmary.com for merch and upcoming performances, including their new tour to Japan. But my absolute favorite part is their entire discography is available across all music streaming services.
Hell yeah, I was listening to
How
them
dope
last
is
night.
that?
Let's
Mike
go.
was saying that they almost wrapped with this new current LP, which is fucking dope, man. The only thing better than Bad Mary tunes are new Bad Mary tunes, and there are some on the way.
Yeah.
But also as well, you gotta ask that question. Joker knows this question all too well. Where we dropping? With Sergeant Finesse. Find him currently gaming on either Facebook or Kick. I can't tell anymore. He's someplace though. He's always gonna be someplace. Multiple streams every day. Outstanding video game content. He does contests, supporter games, co-streams, giveaways. Don't be a sucker. Check him out today when Sarge is on deck, and also as well as Joker Stream. You salute. GG's, boys.
Now,
Joker, real quick, what is the best place, other than, of course, twitch.tv/Jokers_stream_? That's where they can check out all the good, but where can they learn, where can they see your schedule? Do you maintain the same schedule every week? Should they be following you on the Twitter machine?
Hit us with the socials, too.
Hit us all the socials, my friend.
I do. I'm, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. What is the Fresh Cut? If you guys aren't streamers and you don't know about Fresh Cut, get there. It's what took over for God, I can't think of the life of it. It was another streaming or another put your media here for streamers that didn't make it. It had a really good system, but some of the makers of that went and created Fresh Cut. So it's
shit.
trying to grow on every single one of those platforms. I drop all sorts of different content, a lot of cosplay, a lot of clip it moments, stuff like that. So we have fun, man.
Beautiful.
Fucking
Is
love
that
it,
all
guys.
Joker's stream, or is there underscores? In
It
there?
is, yeah. There's underscores in there, depending on what platform and what turd
So
has
just look
stolen
if
my
you can't
gamer
find-
tag.
If you can't find this beautiful monster
Yeah,
betwixt
it's-
me and my
it's your
brother,
own
if you can't
fault.
find this cosplay and beauty as seen in the bottom corner of the visual episode, just reach out to us. We'll send you those
Yeah.
links direct.
For the episode,
send you those-
we're gonna pop all the links, guys. Again, if you haven't had the luxury of watching Joker do his thing, you're fucking missing out.
And
but
Joker
I-
and US Comics have teamed up to bring you a OnlyFans coming this fall.
No,
It's gonna get gross.
I thought that was a rollout in July, bro. What are we doing now? I thought we had the summer
That's-
matching
that's the
bathing
next
suits. Like,
chapter after retirement, man. Come
all
on,
I
don't
know-
drag
all
Uncle
I
Sam
know-
into this.
Is I have bought so many tarps for cleanup that I fucking expect to use them, sirs.
No, please.
You guys are rude. We
Nobody
are
wants to hear
doing
that.
inspired by Joker's constant giveaways. He does have a giveaway happening kind of
Very
concurrently.
generous.
You gotta check out the stream to take advantage. And if you don't do it, I'm gonna slap you around. We have our first
shame on
giveaway on
Let's go.
On Twitch. We're chasing 30. We're damn close. Follow us on Twitch. Hit us up on Instagram, which is at US Comics HQ. Show us proof that you have followed us on Twitch. Absolutely free. Hit us with the followage, and you will be entered to win a Kevin Smith autograph that John and I
What?
picked up this weekend, signed by the man himself. I will tell you this. I didn't have any sort of protection for it, so it got a couple wrinkles, but it looks good. It looks good. Signed
That's
by
okay.
Kevin Smith.
That's
So
okay.
do I.
That's okay.
It's fine. Little
It's been in the
wrinkles, we'll get
basement.
the job
It's moisture, right? It's been in the basement.
Exactly.
It's moisture. That's
Exactly.
is.
So
Still got
make
that
sure you follow
popcorn
us.
smell.
Hit us up on Instagram, and you can have a nice
Let's
little
go.
piece of cinema history. It's a mini
Hell yeah.
poster from Clerks 3, signed by Kev himself. I'll throw in some extras, some stickers and stuff to one lucky, beautiful winner. Also, to
nice.
tease it, once Joker, who's helping us out behind the scenes, once we figure out this Twitch platform, our big giveaway, I haven't even told my brother this yet, but we are going to be giving away a Proton pack. A Hasbro Proton pack we will be giving away once we figure out the format, once we're potentially monetized. I ain't doing that for free. I'm doing that because I'm a selfish guy. But with that being said,
Let's go.
that's coming down the pike. So something to look forward to. So an autograph is ready to go. All you have to do is hit that follow. Hit us up on Insta. and then eventually
Charlie,
we'll get to the
am
big
I,
Mama Luke.
am I eligible to be entered into that? Because
Yeah, I'm gonna unfollow and then follow and hit you guys up on
you're-
Oker's Cream. That's Instagram. When Oker's Cream hits you up, man, you make
Oker's
sure he's in
Cream is
that.
definitely the name of your OnlyFans. 100%. But yeah, the best thing about all of these fantabulous prizes that are put on the table is that, frankly, you don't have to fucking wait for them, right? We say something's coming. We say something's available. We get you all percolated in the pickle, and then we come through. That's what we do. You know who doesn't do that, boys and girls? You know who doesn't do that? The fucking Suicide Squad. I knew you couldn't trust a goddamn half-jaws looking son of a bitch. Don't understand which fucking reality. The Suicide Squad kills the fucking Justice League. I say bullshit. But you know what, though? The second that I saw that title, the second that I knew it was on the table, I knew I was not going to have the self-control to avoid it, even though I call bullshit on it. I was lining up. I was like back in the day standing outside of GameStop with the hail. I had the tent set up. I had my like all night little heaters in the boots. But you know what? I'm still fucking waiting. I say it's because they know they can't do it. But fucking Suicide Squad kills the Justice League has been pushed back yet again. What the wuck is going on over there? Unbelievable. And you know what the problem is, bro? Like, this is one of those situations where fool me once, shame on you. Fool me 342 times, still shame on you because I'm a lovely little gullible boy. And that's exactly what happened here. I fully anticipated this game, which frankly looked dope. I joke, but the concept is pretty fresh because we all, unfortunately, in the comic book game, we play that game like we played at school. My dad can beat up your dad. My character on the lunchbox can beat the shit out of your comic book lunchbox. Odds are Charlie, most years he was carrying a Smurfs lunchbox. I think one year there was a Snorks situation. So that was rarely the conversation with Charlie. But like, I love that opportunity to kind of like say, well, like the conversation that often will happen within our kind of like comic book fandom a lot of times is good guy versus good guy. I mean, Batman versus Superman is probably the best example. Hey, with enough preparation, Batman, shut up. Life is life. You're not always gonna have preparation, you fucking mental case, Batman. But like even a Hulk versus Thing. I love to see the bad guys throw down. Magneto versus Doctor Doom. Logic would say fucking Magneto will send him halfway around the world. The guy's wearing a suit of armor. But Doctor Doom is also, as well as a fucking magician, on top of being a goddamn maniac. And anyone who can wear a hood and a kilt and still be a problem to the fucking situation is pretty awesome to me. But again, Suicide Squad versus kills the Justice League. I was all about it, and they're making me wait yet again. So I'm immediately going to go around the horn. Joker, I'll take it to you, brother. As the professional gamer in the group, how many times is it going to happen where these creators, and I realize it's a process, I get that. This is not an easy thing to do, otherwise US Comics game would exist already. How many times is it going to do it with us? And more important, how many times will we let them get away with it?
Bastards.
So this is even harder because this is a follow-up to Arkham Knight. This takes place 5 years after Arkham Knight. You're telling me that I get more of the Arkhamverse in a video game, and then you roll out the dates and you tell me what's coming, and then the word that I get, not from you, from everybody else, is that you're rolling the game back and it's due to flippin' customer blowback. The fans crapped on what you showed them and you were like, you're right. Yeah, no, we need to go work on this some more. What? You're Rocksteady Games. You built Arkham. You built Arkham City. You built Arkham Knight.
Like,
what?
Oh, here's the game. No, you don't like that? So it's gonna come out a few months. It'll be a few months from now.
I got nothing right now. Like, beyond deflated. Beyond deflated.
Conroy's last performance as Batman. Rest in peace, sir. But I don't want to fucking wait. Give me now.
So right now they're saying that, at least on the site, they're saying May 26th of this year. But again, the acclaimed Arkham series. Look, the DC movies are hit or miss with people's perception. DC does very little animation wrong. They almost universally are kind of held up to a very, very high standard. But Arkham is fucking bulletproof. Forgive me for name dropping your Home Away from Home Joker, but fucking Arkham is like it's like Barry Bonds coming up in the ninth, like sometime in 2002. It's a fucking lock. You know that game was gonna be a straight up McCovey Cove fucking home run, and they're saying no. These 7 people in our test group, they weren't about it, so we're going to push everything back. What the fuck? What the actual fuck? I never even heard about any kind of beta, people having an opportunity to play the thing. I don't know if that ever even happened or was just kind of like, 7th person online at Domino's was going to get the sticks and give us a run. I just don't get it, man. I just don't fucking get it.
All the coverage I read leading up to the announcement that it got delayed again was just weird boo-hoo shit. It has to always be online, even when I'm not playing with people. Gives a fuck? Your system's not online? What 3 fucking people on an alpaca don't just plug the fucking thing in and leave? Are you
Most
shitting me?
people's refrigerators are online nowadays. Like, what are you playing on, an NES? What are you doing?
So I heard that. I heard people bitch about that, and I heard people bitch that Harley Quinn stole the Spider-Man web swinging mechanic. Good. You know when something's good? Hey, internet.
Yeah, that's true.
You know
Yeah,
when
that's true.
good shit happens?
Yeah,
I
that's
want
true.
more of it. Are you fucking?
Or just-
what else
or
would
just
you
team
want
up
her
with-
to do?
Team up with Elon and offer a free copy of the game with every purchase of Starlink, dude. Like, come on, man. I don't know.
They've had opportunities after
Okay,
opportunity after. Pull back your little man bun, bro. You're getting excited. You know, the problem is like, it's like you're dating a bomb chick, and on a certain level you're like, this motherfucker's out of my league. I do not belong on this field of play right now, but she is so butters. I'm going to go ahead and stick to the game as long as I can. And she just cheats on you. She lies to you. She slips fucking 20s out of your wallet when you're not looking. And you just, like, you live with it. That's the relationship that we have with these fucking video game makers right now. Because we're so dependent on them. For right or for wrong. And truly, I think ultimately at the end of the day for me is, I am mad at myself for believing them. I should be like, yeah, okay, well, whatever. We'll see. We're here in New York, Joker, so on the sports, the radio waves, all we've heard about, in the midst of the Giants making great fucking signings, great contracts here and there, beautiful fucking trades, like we brought Waller in for a song, all we've heard about was fucking Rodgers. Rodgers this, Rodgers that. My man here
Aaron Rodgers, the calendar man of athletes.
Like
Fuck
he
outta here.
jumps on, he pulls a full LeBron. He's like, well, what happened was, and I'm look, I love my Jet fan brethren, literally, but I'm like, guys, even if he says it, don't fucking believe it until you see him wearing the gold and white, the green and white. You know, he's throwing the gold away. Like, don't believe it. And I should take my own advice. I should say, oh, okay, I'll see that game when it drops, if it ever drops. But I'm just a chump. I'm born a sucker, man. A sucker is born every day, and that day, it was this guy.
I don't get and Joker, maybe you can educate me. Because again, you kind of live in the video game bubble, although again, Fortnite obviously takes up the lion's share of your video game
And
time. But I've heard
Fortnite
you-
is 27 different games because they drop fucking
It is,
IP.
though. It is,
like,
though.
oh, you like Indiana Jones? Here's an Indiana Jones skin. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh shit.
Exactly. Yep.
There's a Joker stream skin coming soon.
If he moves
It's
fast
just
enough,
a
though,
Joker.
the face, the fake CGI will reveal his real age, though. You guys know that, right?
That's if he gets shot.
That poor bastard.
2 seconds away. What I don't
bastard.
understand, and Joker, educate me. Why even announce a release date in 2023? Because all we hear about whenever there's this pressure, right? When they have these hard set. Because the one thing I will give Suicide Squad beats the shit out of the Justice Society. What I will give them credit for, that's the bootleg version. What I will give them credit for is they're not releasing something that they want to, clean up. Because every time a game is like, nope, this is the date we're releasing, and it has a fucking day, a day one patch that's twice the size of the fucking game, or it doesn't work for 6 months. Obviously, I don't play a lot of games, so when I get a game, the fucking thing better work. There's a couple features in WWE 2K23 that like aren't working right, and I'm like, I play fucking one game a year, you dicks. I didn't care that it released. Didn't release that fucking job. I don't give a fuck. Just let me play.
Charlie plays it till the wheels come off, though.
I do. It's pretty pathetic. It's wonderful though. But my question is, why do this to yourself? Because either you're going to overwork your employees and it's going to equal bad press, or you're not going to be able to fucking make the date. Is it like, what penny are they losing by posting what date or not posting what date? I understand you don't want to release it the same day as another AAA title, but like, then don't do that. Like, even more of a reason to not lock a date until you're shipping.
If movies can do it, come on. Video games can do it.
I think honestly, it's you bring up the perfect point. Like when I worked for GameStop, we would get all of the retail that went along with the game at once, and I think that is the schedule that they set. That's the path that they set, because they're going to sell as much Kill the Justice League figurines to all of us nerds that they are the actual video game itself. And they're going to have, they're going to need to have this ready to go at certain points for certain cons or certain media events or stuff like that. That is all pre-placed. But, yeah, man, like... That's the only reason I can think that they would pull something. That they would commit to a date from the beginning, because it like John said, John would be waiting in line, 2 days in advance for the game. Where I assume Charlie would be 10 o'clock at night, right as GameStop is closing, calling in saying, "Hey, can I still reserve that game that comes out in 2 minutes?" Like.
Yeah. Well, actually,
no.
I didn't realize till just now, but both Charlie and Joker are veterans of the fucking GameStop army. My question actually immediately goes out to both of you guys. Why the fuck were the three of us not in on that freaking the GameStop stock takeover? We could all be millionaires at this point. We could be streaming from a fucking private beach someplace in the Caribbean. I'm furious at you both. But I one of the things that immediately comes to mind when somebody says game developer, whoever you are, much less a super fucking successful one, hit after hit after hit, guys, like fucking Battlefront 2. When it dropped, it was as broke as fucking Sanford and Son. It was broken like you fucking read about, and people like, yeah, they laid out their fundage. They took the game home or downloaded it or what have you. Yeah, and sure, there was a little chatter. Hey, is this just me, or does this game kind of suck balls right now? And we were right. But what did they do? They said, oh, here's some downloadable content. Let's fix this. Let's fix that. And you know what? We had the games in our warm little hands, and we were still able to play it. Pew, 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 pew. If you were lucky enough to get a fucking Jedi, you ripped it up for like 5 or 6 minutes. Until eventually those same skins were available in Fortnite, and then you could just do your Fortnite shit. But yeah, like, games are always and forever, once the game is in hand, once it's at home, download it into your console or your PC, there's all kinds of updates, and that's obviously a good thing to improve the game, to improve the experience, to give you some more shit. Like it used to be, you brought home a cartridge, that was it, man. If you didn't like how it was playing, you had two choices. You can blow on it and stick it back in, or you can walk over to the pail, step on the lid, bump, drop it in, and you just put on your Christmas list the next fucking game that you want. But I don't get why they just wouldn't say, look, we said the game is going to come at this point. Here is the fucking game, and it will be improved. Nobody would have taken umbrage with that. At least that's me.
Well,
but again, we've established
there's apparently one person, because Ellis is saying the exact opposite. He's saying accepting broken shit for full price, John. You're the fucking problem, and you're responsible for killing gaming. How about
all I'm
going
to say is that, Ellis, you are broken as fuck, and we accepted you. Come on, man. Like, you gotta look in the mirror, my brother.
Joker,
the other
as a
side,
pro, what's your feeling on it?
The other side that I thought of was, is this a WB Games like Montreal? Like, they are part of it, right? And they took such a shellacking for Gotham Knights and the absolute turd that is that game, maybe they were like, oh, we can't have this happen.
We
To,
can't
you
strike
know,
out twice in a row.
Yeah,
I almost
and
wish they would say that though. I wish they would say, I get that that's not the best idea, but Gotham Knights is already reduced. It's already a reduced title. It has its fans that love it for what it tried to be. I think
Rocksteady
everyone
Studios.
who has an ounce of critical thinking is going to say, because even if you're just DC, you're saying like we cannot fuck up again because the Arkham series is such god level compared to other video like comic book based games. You got the Arkham series and you have what DC Online. Like, what's
Charlie,
the other DC game
the
that's
Arkham
good?
series, the Arkham series was so fucking successful that they started to pattern the Batman cinematic look to look like the fucking super armor version that we got in the games.
Not my
They
version
should
because
have done that with the-
I bought the costume that looked like the comic book. That's like I bought like give me baby gray and powder blue because fun fact,
That's a
just
dope
going
skin.
back
That's a
to
dope
not
skin.
to go all the way back to when we started and then I'll get us back on track. But Joker, I always thought like what's great is you have such a great canvas for that Joker look. I did a lot of children's theater coming up, and I played Winnie the Pooh, and I refused to shave my beard, so they just shellacked me yellow, and I cited Cesar Romero. I'm like, if Cesar Romero's not shaving his mustache to play Joker, Winnie the Pooh's
Oh,
fucking
love it.
getting
Now
real fur.
he put his foot down on the fucking makeup, but then he was also very method in that he refused to wear pants. He's actually he's
'cause
Winnie the
Piglet was
Poohing it
single.
right now. Thank God that camera does not pan down because we would lose all three of our constant viewers. Charlie, be responsible.
But
they were
that's-
just like,
but that's-
shut up. Here's some honey. Just shut up here. Just spoonfuls of honey the whole time. He was good.
Yeah, talk my agent. Real fucking.
What
nice.
up? What up?
I mean,
Piglet?
I
Here's
don't
some
know.
honey,
Is
son.
it honestly? Is it just me? We'll go back around the top. Charlie, would you take a game? I mean, obviously, you have, granted, unknowingly, you took a game that maybe wasn't quite finished, and the WWE games, I feel like are kind of like. They're kind of infamous with that. Like, look, fucking guys, they don't even treat their wrestlers well. You think they're gonna treat
Yeah.
you well as a
2K
fan? So
Yeah, WWE 2K20 was the biggest punch in the dick of all time. It was such an unplayable, colossal mess of a video game.
which
one
one
of my
was it?
favorite
23. You
things,
said
20, 2K20.
20.
Um,
Did you buy
they-
21?
They didn't make a 21 because
Did you buy the
20
next
was
one?
so bad. I did, based on like them being like, we promise we didn't fuck you in the butt. We promise.
Yeah, sure,
and then
sure.
they like
Yeah.
then they like
Did it-
delivered the game with KY. I was like, pardon? Pardon
Did the
22?
Did the promise sound something like this? Honey, what are you doing home? I promise this will never happen again.
Yeah,
Wink, wink.
basically.
All right.
So here's the thing. I think two things. One, to address Ellis over on YouTube, 2K23 is a vast improvement over 22. It's worth a buy. I don't think you need the deluxe. I don't think you need extra wrestlers. It's a great game for what it does.
This is Ellis we're talking about.
Yeah, Ellis,
Joker,
you're gonna
if
be
you
happy.
don't know, Ellis is a fucking outstanding artist in his own right. He does all of the color for our character designs. He's tremendous talent. Also,
That's awesome.
He's
very
incredible.
much a heavyweight wise ass.
Point number 2. I am a garbage person. It's been well established in the history of U.S. comics. I need a game. I will not accept a game less than 89% finished before I buy it. You need to. I'll give you 11 points of wiggle room. 11 is a lot. You don't even need a finish line. Just have a game I can play. Examples of games that screwed me. Obviously, WWE 2K20, the Avengers game. These games were too broken on day one. If your day one patch is the size of your game, you might be a redneck. So yeah, no, you're allowed to be a little broken. I'll accept it. But what I really prefer, before we kick it to the pro, what I really like is like, you bought the game, it's not launched yet, but you can play it early. Like if you pre-order the game, play it early. We're still working on it,
Well,
and
like
you
Call
could
of
do that
Duty
to
does
me
that
without a
very often. They'll let people who pre-bought
It's-
or whatever the case might be, and
It's kind of a bitch move, but I'll allow it because I'm impatient.
people want to feel special. What about you, Joker? Man, like, do you hold a video game grudge? Are you more kind of like relaxed about it all? What's your take?
Super Mario 2.
Yikes!
Oh, how? Yeah, they had to build 3. I mean, because 2 was such a colossal disappointment, man. I mean, like, you had a replayable game over and over and over and over again in 1 that just captivated everybody, and then you got to 2, and you can't even make it out of like the second level without dying 100 times, like, or like, I still have nightmares every once in a while. Like it's not.
Super Mario 2 is also a reskin, right? That like wasn't actually built to be a Mario game. They just
Oh, that is. I've never heard that.
Is that the
that
one that
would make
opens up with,
so
like, the
much
curtain?
sense.
the opening loading screen, is it the curtain and then you could choose Mario, Luigi, Peach,
I think
or Toad?
so. I do think so. Yep.
That game was just a reskin. The Mario market was so hot that they literally were just like, sprite swap, and thus why that game is cocky duty is because they truly screwed us. And then
Wow.
Super
Didn't they,
Mario 2, the
didn't
Lost
they give
Levels,
you-
is the real version, but it's so fucking hard.
Towards the tail end of the lifespan, like, didn't you get a free copy of that with like when you spent over a certain amount at the Olive Garden? They're like, oh, when you hear your family, then here's a copy. It's a
We couldn't afford Olive Garden, bro. So I'm not sure on that one.
Free breadsticks, baby. Breadsticks for the table. It's on me. That's fucking dynamite. I mean, there are games that I'm still fucking waiting for. At a given moment, the biggest crime to me, honestly, is when a game loses support. Right, so you have a game, because very like in my experience with kind of like more games that are online also, you have a game. The game is butters. You love it. You tell all your friends about it. You have dreams at night. You're running around the world, and everything's all well and good. And then an update comes, and it fucks the game up. It fucks your entire experience up. What the hell is going on? I know in the early days, people playing Fortnite would freak the fuck out, even when like just natural changes would occur, and sometimes the changes made things glitchy, and then they had to be fixed after the fact. That just requires patience to a degree, I think, because on a certain level, you know what's gonna happen. You know what's gonna happen. Fucking whatchamacallit, like the fuck is that game?
Doki Doki Panic?
Rockstar makes it. Fucking
Grand Theft Auto?
Grand Theft Auto, thank you. Grand Theft Auto has been going on for longer than the actual
Oh,
crime
man.
of Grand Theft Auto. It's unbelievable. And they drop new content in like on a daily fucking basis. Matter of fact, you can literally make your own shit. And in the situation like this with fucking Whoozy Watts beats the Justice League because everybody's all about the bad guys nowadays. No offense, Joker.
It's a good time to
If
be
I'm
alive.
not, he's like, it's hard to be so bad. Isn't it fucking built on like that next level platform? I forget the name it's called, but like
Unreal Engine
all this
5.
crazy. Thank you. So
Yeah.
like people like programmers are out there building shit on this fucking platform to the point where you're like, this is god level video game making. Like they can make crazy shit. They make all kinds of mods that look like it came out of the package looking like this. They got
Yep.
fucking DeLoreans that fly. They got Superman like Hulk punching through fucking walls. I'm like, this is not Grand Theft Auto. Kill some hookers. Steal a car. What are you talking about? Like they're able to do this stuff, but the developers over fucking doing the DC content for a split second, Charlie and Joker, I really had this thought. James Gunn, when he came out and kind of laid out the plan of attack, the battle plans, as it were, he said a few things that really stuck in my mind. I loved what he was talking about with kind of like developing characters and having them on a singular line, making them look familiar, because that was my big umbrage with things that have come before. Like, yeah, that's all well and good, but that's not really the character as I know him. But the other thing that he said was interwoven video games. And my thought, honestly, was like, maybe the video game is done. Maybe it's as polished up as it could maybe it's polished so hard you can see your reflection in it. What if James Gunn's like, that doesn't really line up with what we're doing now with the DC universe. So you know how this one thing was going to happen? Change that. Maybe this was a gun mandate. Like, maybe it has nothing to do with gameplay. But I'm just like very much into ancient alien theories and
it's just the hand of God, but the hand of gun just reaches in there into that world and is like, nah, I got your HDMI cable. You guys need to fix this. Like, you're not.
Gun does like a Dikembe Mutombo. Now what if it, man? It could be.
I love that.
Say is
I love that
if
thought
it turns out the
process.
case, you heard it here first.
What if it turns out, though, that it's all just to get Stallone to redo
Then it's okay.
Shark King's lines?
Take your time.
Like, he needs denim jorts, and Stallone needs to be... Now, this is on topic, but a little bit off, but I have to bring it up. Ellis over on YouTube, if you buy a game in one state, you should be able to play that without updating, if you choose. If the game maker has the right to keep changing the game, do you even own what you pay for? Hey, George Lucas Defender, how's your fucking DVD copy of the original trilogy? Oh, you don't own it? Because they're not allowed to make that shit? I gotta see fucking Han walk over CGI bullshit? Ellis, you're
Ellis.
on timeout!
Poor Ellis.
Mother.
Got that little chair in the corner.
Banhammer. Can we get Banhammer in chat?
Son of a bitch. I don't want to hear about your Generation 1 DVD, bro. I don't want to fucking hear about it. Can I go to Best Buy and get it? Can I go to Best Buy and get it?
Ellis kept a VHS just specifically for this fucking topic thread. He's like, nah, fuck you, Charlie. I got this on the wraps. But anyways, Charlie, we are indeed up against the clock, and we're fully planning on keeping poor Joker lined up for question off air. So, yeah, look, I mean, this is a game that I think many of us were looking forward to. But we're just going to have to keep on fucking waiting. What are we going to do? Hopefully it doesn't end up on that pile of never released games, which is one of the things that just grows and grows and grows. That's my final thought on the subject. Charlie, what about yourself?
You know, I'm lucky because I have a lot of stuff video game wise to distract myself with. I have this show. I have Joker Stream on Twitch. So I think all of us should just join together and watch every single time Joker streams. You should watch every episode of US Comics Cast. And what will happen is the game will get here before you know it, and we'll do a follow-up, and we'll discuss all the hours and hours and hours of free...
Distraction therapy.
Free distraction therapy.
So, I love it.
So I'm happy to wait because I got quality waiting for me.
Damn straight. What about you, Joker?
Unfortunately, I mean, I'm at their whim. I'll be here waiting in line for it when it drops, and hopefully it'll be a great game. I'm not worried about it being online all the time because guess what? I'm online all the time. But yeah, stepping back into that universe, man, I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait.
Someone was saying, just real light and quick, someone was complaining. They were like, how is Batman in the game? Batman died. I'm like, did you not watch the entire ending of the video? It's a cinematic. It's 3 minutes. You just watch the first 2 fucking minutes before he shows back up? What? He's using the goddamn, the God Fear toxin. Bitch, I more want to know, does he still have that? Is he going to make everybody scared? That's what I want to know. He didn't die, man. He didn't kill Alfred, you fucking weirdos.
As long as he has enough time to prepare Batman Gilbert on anything, I think we have well established this. But even Batman needs to know when to wrap it up, son. Hand over the fucking baton to Dick. Do what you got to do. So, Charlie, again, Charlie, I'm sure you agree with me. Joker, bro, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. It is outstanding to have you here. The only fucking problem is that now we had such a good time. You got to come back. So
I'm
I
down.
apologize.
So down.
I
So down.
apologize. Thank you for being here, brother. You're an outstanding guest. Even better, maybe. Dare I say a better guest than a streamer? And that's fucking saying something because he is an outstanding streamer. So, Charlie, tell Joker, tell the rest of the people how exactly we wrap up each and every episode of US Comics Cast. Would you?
Oh, there's only one way we end each and every episode, and that's a few simple steps. John, if you'll show them how to do it, first you got to turn the power on. Then you got to turn that volume up. Then you got to tune Bad Mary in. Open up the window wide and scream out into the night sky. Save my space girl! We are...
Trash, garbage opinions and it's getting old fast. Don't got time for another rehash. Moving forward, not living in the past. Don't really wanna know what you've been thinking. You got no time for pleasantries, 'cause it's the end of the world. Oh yeah, you're a fool if you think it lasts. Oh yeah. So save your glamour and I'll take the trash. It's all trash, it's all 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 trash. Like it's glamorous. Don't even think to try to flatter us. We're unexhausted, but we're hazardous. The end is nigh and it's clamorous. Don't really wanna know what you've been thinking. Got no time for pleasantries, 'cause it's the end of the world. Oh yeah, you're a fool if you think it lasts. Oh yeah, so save your glamour and I'll take the trash. It's all trash, it's all 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 trash. A look, a link, and another tree. Another fake reality. Angry faces on an angry screen, telling me what I should believe. I take a drink from a plastic cup, watching explosions on a movie screen. I cannot wake, I cannot sleep, thinking of things that I am missing. When I'm winning, we'll just talk shop trash. Just a copy till we're getting on fast. Oh yeah, you're a fool if you think it lasts. Oh yeah, so save your glamour and I'll take the trash. Oh yeah, you're a fool if you think it lasts. Oh yeah, so save your glamour and I'll take the trash.
Ah!